Almost a week after the Nashville Zoo launched a petition against the proposed data center being built right next to their facility, they have now gathered over 400,000 signatures, even receiving support from country superstar Brad Paisley. Last week, the fight over data centers brought out quite the crowd. You're seeing it here. Hundreds of people packed that planning commission meeting, some even forced to wait outside after that room filled up. And if there was one thing that neighbors wanted commissioners to hear, it was this.
I'm here in support of the regulations proposed by Commissioner Horton.
I urge you all to not only support this legislation, but be incredibly careful with any data center allowance and listen to those before and after me who raise our community's genuine concerns.
I urge you to support this common sense reform because this is not a left or right issue.
The bill would significantly limit where data centers can be built in Nashville. It requires developers to clear several hurdles before getting a permit and would ban any new data center larger than 500,000 square feet. Now, smaller facilities would only be allowed in heavy industrial zones. After hearing hours of feedback from the public, the Planning Commission decided to hold off on a vote. The proposal will return for a final hearing before moving to Metro Council.